Hey guys, if you're like me, there's things that happen in life. They're commonly called synchronicities. They're beyond mere coincidence. So it's one in a trillion chance that this would happen in your life. And the strict definition is as soon as you think it, or as soon as you feel it, or intuit it appears, right? So I could think of a duck, and this duck passes me by. And now this duck might be thinking of a blonde-haired, bearded human, and I happen to be there. So it may also be having its own synchronicity, right? But it's things that can't be explained by mere chance. Science or rationality may be able to try to explain it away, like, oh, things happen all the time randomly, right? But it happens a lot, and it happens. It's beyond chance, right? If you really think about it logically. Now, some things, okay, you can chalk it up to chance. There is chance in the universe, but some things happen. And they happen, it appears out of a reality that we're not fully in tune with. That's what I want to talk about, not being fully in tune with these synchronicities, and how you can better be in tune with these synchronicities and how that might benefit you. So there is a story about Michael Jackson and an interviewer. He was being interviewed, and the interviewer asked, how did you come up with the song? What was your inspiration? And he said, well, I didn't come up with the song came to me. And he asked, well, why did you write it? He said, well, if I didn't write it, Prince would have beat me to it. So if you don't know the rivalry between Prince and Michael Jackson, they were both up for being the king of pop. That was a title, and they really went at it. Several songs, and it was a friendly rivalry, but it was a very strong rivalry. They both played a little dirty at times, but they were in tune to the same frequency. And they knew they had a work ethic beyond belief, because they knew if they didn't do it, if they didn't act as soon as they got that inspiration, that intuition, then their counterpart would have beat them to it. They were both in tune to the same creativity, synchronicity. Michael Jackson knew if he didn't write that song, Prince would have wrote that same song. And this happens all the time, whether it's inventions that change the world. You'd be amazed, and please look this up, at how many times that something radically that changed the world was also being developed at the same time, with no relation to that developer. And it really puts in perspective how real synchronicity is. So how can you be more in tune with this? Well, you have to refine your receptor. Some people are naturally more emotional and intuitive, and these are all tools that help that receptor. But having a healthy body, having a healthy routine, meditation, being more aware, it creates more of an awareness of these, let's call it frequencies, that may happen. But you have to refine that receptor. That antenna is your body, and part of that is just realizing when this happens. So synchronicities aren't unique or special to certain individuals. It's just some people act on it, and they realize what it is, and they pick up these waves of inspiration and they ride it. Artists are great at that a lot of times. Some of the best artists, hit after hit after hit, single after single. David Cho is an example I like, and Rick Rubin. Now, please look these people up, David Cho and Rick Rubin, but they all talk about refining their instrument through meditation, through self-expression, through acting on their inspirations. And it's unfiltered, it's raw. Any concepts or preconceptions that you have, they're just barriers, and you have to break those down, like who you think you are. And it's a tough process, but there's spiritual paths that can take you through that process, but ultimately it's self-work. Refine that instrument through self-awareness, through meditation, being healthy physically, mentally, emotionally, and then when you have inspiration, act on it right away. So these people that are acting on their inspirations, they're not waiting till tomorrow. If it comes, you might have to stay up till 3 a.m., but trust it and do it. Follow through. Refinement might take a while, and if you're more emotional or intuitive or maybe introverted, maybe it's easier for you. A lot of these great artists, that's where they're coming from. But they get on stage, or they get their notebook and paper, and it comes out. That's their field, that's their arena. So figure out what your arena is, where you're more receptive. Be healthy. Practice meditation. I do have a video about meditation, but there's tons of meditation videos out there. You have to refine this antenna, and that's some of the best ways. Self-awareness, being healthy, and then acting as soon as the inspiration hits you. With that, I love you guys. See you next video.